Hello Pisces, welcome to your June 2019 General Psychic Horoscope reading. So Pisces, tarot in hand, before we dive right into the messages here that are showing up for you, I do want to note, or rather, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, well, first of all, Pisces, if you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button to my YouTube channel here. Keep up to date with all the videos I have coming out and also the publications that I have coming out. I write articles occasionally, so keep up with those as well. And also, a couple more little announcements here. I have a couple of specials going on. I am offering, first of all, 2 free Starlight meditation rituals. So 2 free Starlight meditation rituals here, and also a 15% off discount code for all of you loyal subscribers out there. You can access both of those below in the descriptions box. And the 15% off code can be applicable to personal readings with me. So hop on it, Pisces. There you go. Woohoo! Let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's see what's going on with you, Pisces. So right off the bat, I can tell you, Pisces, especially for those of you who are Pisces rising, this is affecting that place of your chart that has to do with home, your personal home environment, also relationship to parental figures, maybe any conversations, unresolved tension that might need to be dealt with at this time with parental figures, like I said. This is one of the mystery spiritual houses in astrology that you're being affected by. Okay, I feel like the cards are done here, so I'm going to go ahead and draw these out while I keep talking to you. So before I began the video also, I was hearing the words, let's see if I can get this straight here. Hearing the words of, make sure that whatever actions you have taken, that you're taking now even, make sure that those actions are something that you can live with. That you can live with yourself. What is it that perhaps characteristics or stuff about your physical reality, about your home environment, or habits of yours, what of all those things can you live with, Pisces? What is it that you think you cannot live with anymore? And that is really what is coming to the forefront here, and needing to make those adjustments. And some of that is definitely showing up here in your cards. So feel free, Pisces, take a couple of deep breaths with me. Get yourself centered with your breath and allow yourself to receive these messages here. Get yourself in that open mind frame. And I'm going to look at your cards for a second here. Okay, yeah. So what's coming right up for you immediately here, Pisces, is you've definitely got some karmic past life occurrences wanting to show up here in June in Gemini season, especially at the beginning of the month when the new moon in Gemini occurs at the 3rd. So pay attention to that time frame, because there's a relationship from the past that is coming back in here. A lot of emotions involved with this person. A lot of emotions involved. Perhaps it was a pretty strong emotional connection, someone you were close to, someone from the past, and it could be you extending a hand to a relationship in the past here too, rather than them extending the hand to you. And there's something that wants to be cleared. There's something emotionally, some emotional sort of unresolvement. Could be an emotional wound, or perhaps still a attractive quality or attractive connection that you have to this person that you're trying to get resolved, that you're trying to get some healing for a lot of you on, that you're trying to get some healing on. And you also have the Knight of Swords at the bottom here. So this is, to me, bringing up perhaps where you've taken some action, some impulsive action. Been too impulsive, been too quick to act, and not thinking enough before you act. And you're being cautioned here, especially in June, to do that, to be careful with how impulsive you act, how impulsive you let your emotions rise to the surface here. Like, look at these two together here. Be careful not to let your emotions rise to the surface and get the better of you this month. I'm getting Pisces. Yeah, because Knight of Swords here is on a mission to just speak without thinking here. You know, what is coming from your subconscious. And it can be a little brutal. And especially with these past life cards showing up here, this could come back at you, Pisces. So you just want to be careful about the actions that you are impulsively going forward on. But there's some unresolved tension, some fighting and biting words here that is wanting to, you know, it's resurfacing with a lot of you Pisces. And Page of Swords is showing up here in the recent past as well here, Pisces. So Page of Swords here, I'm hearing the words new learning curves recently coming in. Might be some new conversations that you haven't had to have before coming up, and it's kind of, it might be challenging. Might be challenging, like I said, at the beginning of the month here for you to maneuver through some of this, especially if it has to do with legalities of any kind. You know, it's something new that you haven't dealt with before. And you have swords again. You have the Five of Swords showing up here. Ooh. A little bit of defeat. You might feel a little bit of defeat, Pisces, in the month, maybe mid-month here. And a lot, you know, for a lot of you too, this is coming up in a personal area of your life, within the home for a lot of you. With those parental relationships, family relationships, how you view home, and also the fourth house has to do with security. How you also personally feel secure. And there's a lot of insecurity that is showing up here for you. And so it's about moving past that and healing that for yourself. Yeah. You know, you see, especially in these two cards, quite defensive here. So you're definitely being put on the defense this month, Pisces, and you want to ask yourself why. You know, is there something that you're needing to clear up for yourself and for the other person, for someone else here? There's definitely a conversation or something that is coming up, could be exposed through social media too, where, you know, it puts you on the defense and you're having to confront something. And it's a little uncomfortable. But you have the Hangman showing up next, Pisces. And this is asking you to be still, to surrender. There's a very powerful association here with the Hangman and surrendering, Pisces. Especially wherever it is you feel like maybe you have done wrong. Perhaps you have led yourself astray unintentionally. Or perhaps you acted too quickly on impulse back here, like we talked about. And now it's like, okay, I gotta surrender to what is at hand, to the conflict or confrontation, consequence at hand. I've got to surrender to it and look at what it is teaching you. Look at what it is teaching you to better you, Pisces. That's what the Hangman is doing here. You know, you may be upside down, you may feel kind of strung up, but in this position, you're in a position to gain wisdom. You see the sun around the Hangman's head here. Wisdom from the lesson, from the conflict. And why whatever it is resurfacing this month, or whoever this is resurfacing with, why that is coming back up. What is it that they're trying to teach you that you can learn from them? What is it that they're giving you? And it does look like it's a bit of wisdom, especially in your emotional connections, how you're emotionally treated, how you allow yourself to be emotionally treated, how your security, your personal security is, how you allow your personal security to manifest or to be compromised, all of that. And you have the Eight of Pentacles showing up here next in the position of your personal power this month, Pisces. So putting in the work, I'm getting for a lot of you Pisces, you're being required to put in the work. And a lot of this is self-work, I'm getting for a lot of you. Having those personal conversations, one-on-one conversations. Making amends with someone. Making amends, you know, building and repairing. Building what maybe was broken, especially with whatever relationship was going on back here. And you may have to prove to yourself or to someone else through physical action, through even money, you know, money or some kind of material gesture here, gift even. That's going to benefit you, and it's going to help you move through this with much more ease if you do that, Pisces. And simply, you could just be really busy this month also, even just with work. That's showing up. And you have the Nine of Wands in the place of other people surrounding you in your life at this time this month. So people are definitely eyeing you, I'm getting suspiciously. You may feel a little bit like an outcast. Maybe it's from a poor decision that was made by them or by you. And so now, you know, people are looking, people are kind of figuring things out for themselves. And you may feel just a little pushed out or a little out of the pack. But this is the Nine of Wands. So this is speaking of a finality, of wrapping up the suspicions that surround this, that surround you at this time. And you know, this has to do with feeling that insecurity, but being strong enough, being open enough at the same time to Pisces to reclaim that personal sense of security. Yeah, it's quite deep, man. This is probably the deepest reading, and Mr. Felix wanted to make an appearance here. Mwah! Lovely Mr. Felix. He's a beautiful little kitty, isn't he? He hasn't appeared in all the readings, so you should feel flattered. He's trying to tell you something. So, back to this. You have the Knight of Cups showing up next. So, with this, I believe you're really hoping for some healing. Now, sometimes with the Knight of Cups, there can be this sense of emotional manipulation associated with him. So there is a little bit of cautioning, especially with the energy that you have going on, Pisces. You know, I have to tell you, there's a little bit of cautioning of just I'm getting here, not setting your hopes too high, either with someone or with hoping. I'm getting here with hoping that a passive approach will work for you, or that will work with resolving something with that relationship, especially that relationship that's coming back from the past. So avoid being passive. Avoid being passive. It won't help you too much this month. Instead, embrace this power of the Knight of Cups that has to do with offering up healing, offering up a sense of emotional security and affirmation. There's a sense of affirmation that you get at the end of the month, what I'm getting. So once you move past the Sagittarius full moon that's on the 17th, some of that heavy energy still with that Sagittarius full moon asking you to do this, like we talked about. But then once we move into Cancer season on the 21st, things start to feel and get better for you, Pisces. It's a fellow water sign energy. It's where you get a little bit more of that healing energy, especially if you make the right steps. If you take the steps to amend things with yourself or with someone else. Two of Swords is what's popping out last here for you, Pisces. Woo! I'm getting finding your sense of protection, finding your sense of security here at the end of the month, yeah. Finding your mojo, especially moving into Cancer season. Yeah. But you're being asked to balance out the way you speak, how you conversate, how you communicate, balancing that out especially. Making sure that you're coming from a place of balance, of fairness when it comes to your words. Also being impeccable with your words. Like I said, I mean, you have a lot of swords in this reading, you know. Let's just put them all up here. You know, a lot of them, you know, some of them are pretty intense, can be a little heavy. And it's just advising you to, you know, be honest and be fair with your words. And if you don't feel like you're getting that from someone else, you want to bring that up. And, you know, even the Two of Swords here is asking you to see why is that reflection happening with you? Why is that kind of karmic, you know, occurrence happening? You know, so what is it about your own reflection, your own doings, your own words that might need to be adjusted here so that others reflect more positively with you? That is coming up with the Two of Swords as well. And just taking a little bit more time to meditate, Pisces, to meditate and listen in to your body, to your feelings, to spirit, about what needs to be healed, what needs to be adjusted, what needs to be brought back into balance, what's going to be fair, how to amend things like we talked about, especially here. You know, look at these two together, you know, mending things. You know, so there's definitely some curious thing going on with past life, karmic relationships, and how you are treated, and how others treat you, how you treat others, coming to the forefront. And that personal sense of security associated with all this. I feel like you get a better idea and sense of clarity, and a sense of what to do to alter this in the most beneficial way for yourself at the end of the month, okay? Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, there's a lot of rebalancing with your personal sense of security, your emotional state, and stuff that has to do with the home, like I said. Coming up real strong. You know, it's a little bit of intense this month here, Pisces, but I swear this is going to benefit you if you take these steps and you listen to this guidance. And Cancer season will be so phenomenal for you. Interesting to see how this is manifesting. I would love to hear from you, Pisces, in the comments below. Share with me what's going on. How is this reflecting in your daily life here? Share with me in your water signs. We're here to support each other. So yeah, and don't forget, Pisces, about the 15% off code for a personal one-on-one reading that you can use in my Etsy shop, and the free Starlight meditation ritual that you can have. Two of them. There's two of them. So all that is below in the descriptions box. Hop on it. And I will see you in the next video, Pisces. Take care.